everyone, welcome to another author's interview of Kitab writing publication. So today we have Rachna Lakpati ma'am with us. Welcome ma'am.
How are you? Good morning.
I'm good ma'am.
Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you all doing?
Yeah. So ma'am, I want to tell our audience that Rachna Lakpati is not a ordinary author. She is a former globetrotter who traded boarding passes for penmanship, and her work now weave magic on the canvas of creative writing. Her book, I Am Finally Figuring It Out, is a hilarious and heartwarming look at life, love, and finding your way in the midst of it all. So, ma'am, I first of all I want you to little bit elaborate about your book.
Surely. My book is the reason why I wrote this book is because of the fact that I've read countless books in the past, and all of them offer great insights, beautiful insights, but they were not hilarious enough to be a real tickler. So this book, you would listen to a joke from a friend, and that impact would last hardly for a few minutes or for a few seconds. I want to create a book, or rather, I have created a book because if you buy it, that impact lasts with you for a lifetime. So this book is all about laughter. It's all about knowing that you're not alone. We are in it together. It's a hilarious journey. Like I just received my copy today. I think I hope it's
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
It's available on Amazon and on Google Play stores. But we often come across this thing like we often have that self doubt that am I doing it right? So that is why I finally wrote. I am finally figuring it out. So this book as your trusted companion on the path of self discovery. So it's like whether you're navigating career changes or struggling with relationships or just simply wondering what the heck are you meant to be doing. This book is here to say that you're not alone. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you think, hey, if she can do it, I can do it. This book is to make you stay, you're not in it alone. We're all in it together.
So, ma'am, you have used combination of yellow and black for your book cover. Any specific reason behind that?
Yeah, actually, there's no specific reason, but the only reason why, the only thought that came into my mind is because yellow and black gives you a pajama type appeal. Like most people have night clothes or the clothes that you see, they're mostly in weird color combinations, the different color combinations. So this is to make sure, like I remember that during the COVID, most of us were working from home. So I know that most of us were wearing like a black shirt and yellow pajamas for all I know. So this is basically to say, this book is basically here just to say that, hey, it's all okay. You can work from home. You can wear yellow pajamas. Nobody's going to judge you.
Yeah.
The black is there to give you a more simplistic and okay, I can do it. And I can do it factor. It's just to give you that feel.
Alright, ma'am. So, ma'am, now I'm curious to know about how your writing journey started. I mean, when did you started writing, and what was your first writing about?
Writing, I've always been passionate about writing. I've been writing for since childhood. My first book was published in March 2020. It was by the name of Musings of a Stay-at-Home Mother. That was like my journey, like on the basis of the fact of my motherhood and how I enjoyed the pre-married and the post-married life, or the pre-child and the post-child life. That kind of journey it was. Again, that's also a humorous book. So if you do get a chance to get a read. The second book I published was in the same year, in October 2020. That was an autobiography based on the life of my grandmother who survived like more than 27 years in a self-imposed, medical condition. So it was like that, and like basically to give us, I remember that during the life in COVID, like we all were frustrated because of the fact that we were sitting at home and we were not allowed to go outside. So that book changes the perspective on that my grandmother lived for 27 years inside that same house without stepping outside. How did she do it? she was meeting people, she was going for her regular doctor visits, but she went through something else also in that. A lot of things. So that book is based on that. So my writing journey has been a collection from childhood with my own experiences, plus the perspectives from my surroundings, and I add a little bit of humor and try to make sure that it matches with the new Gen Z language. I think the new language is in town, Gen Z language. So I try to mix up with that crowd as well. So this book is, I am finally figuring it out, is not only for, it's for everybody. So even the new Gen Z language or the Gen Z teen can read it. It's for them as well. So they can enjoy, laugh out loud and, relax and chill out.
All right, ma'am. So, ma'am, as you told, your writing journey started from childhood. You have been writing since childhood. So, how important
That's
role
right.
your school played in your writing journey?
My school played a very important journey. For me, from the start, I've always been inclined towards learning languages, history, for that matter, history, geography. So reading books, encyclopedias, that enriched my language skills. Then communicating and, talking with the other professors. My professors were mostly Australians. So when I used to interact with them, I picked up on their language, their vocabulary, learning about how each word can be used in 10 different sentences and give 10 different meanings. So that is something which I learned thoroughly. And on a personal note, I would say writing is a best way to release your feelings. There are some times that, you might not be able to say things to anyone. Like even no matter how close you are to that person. But when you write it, you release them and you feel lighter. So writing becomes like your companion.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, apart from writing, what are your hobbies and how often do you spend your time? Apart from writing, what
Uh,
activities do you
other
do
than
in a day?
other than writing, I generally spend time with my family. I am mostly an outdoor person, so I enjoy playing sports. My favorite being badminton, table tennis, squash, being my favorites. But mostly I'm an outdoor person, so I prefer nature walks, like, heading towards the mountains, spending some time with my friends in the cafe, or probably just exploring the markets nearby. So that is how I generally spend my time. So because I'm outdoors, I get to see people around me, their way of talking, their way of life, their way of interacting with different people. So when I observe those, and I'm like, okay, that's a new thing that I learned today. You know, you can do this in this way as well. So you get so many different perspectives for one situation. And that is what I have done in this book.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
have inculcated the perceptions of everyone around me. And I've put that into this. So I've created a very hilarious journey or the funny story, as you call it. That I have done.
Okay, so
Like I
ma'am.
said, this book is a replica.
Okay, okay. So, ma'am, you are a keen observer.
That's correct.
So, ma'am, as you said कि आपको लोगों से मिलना पसंद है, you are an outdoor person. So, what weirdest incident happened? Like, yeah, what weirdest human you have ever met? Like, लगा यार ये क्या कर रहा है? इस type का कोई person have you ever met?
I have met a lot of people like that. One of them being, this was around, maybe 10 to 15 years ago. Not 10 to 15, probably, I think 8 years ago. That's correct, 8 years ago. I went on a trip to New Zealand and we were taken on this tour to this particular farm there. And there was this owner of the farm. He was like he was breeding or he was feeding his animals out there, his cattle basically. So my daughter that time was very small. She was hardly 2 year old or something. So I was showing her, like seeing that man he's feeding his animals. And the man just came up across to us. He thought like maybe my daughter would be interested in seeing the farm. So with him, one cow also came up. That cow was probably his companion, or I don't know what it was, but the cow came along as well. And he's like, the cow wants to say a hi to you, to my child. He's saying that to my child, and I'm telling my daughter. And my daughter got a little scared because of the fact that the cow was like really very big. Those cows, they're big cows. So, and I'm calming her down. I'm like, okay. And the cow was just standing there. Man is like, don't worry, the cow won't do anything. But his way was saying, what? Although I found it a little weird, but his way of saying it was, don't worry, animals, humans are alive unless and until you don't harm them. If you harm them, it's only when they revert back to you, or they go against you. But if you don't harm them or you don't say anything to them, they are like your companions, your silent companions, basically. So I believe that even though the most weirdest people are like, that is one, and that is one another incident. There are plenty more incidents like that in school where we used to experiment in the chemistry labs, putting weird chemicals together just to make sure that we don't blow up the chemistry lab. That's all also we have done. But the fact is that we are all in it together. We have done something or the other in our lives as well, in our personal lives. Maybe to you, I might be very weird. Maybe you might be weird to me. That's based on a perception. It's based on a perspective.
Yeah.
So we're all unique and we are all different in our own ways.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, as you have been to New Zealand, so what major differences you feel in the people of New Zealand and India?
See, India is a land of culture. Here you can see myriad vibrancy colors, cultures. You get to explore different cuisines. You get to interact with people from very different and diverse backgrounds. Yeah. New Zealand is a small island. Over there, the population is not as much as what we have here in India. However, what I liked over there was, I mean, people of India are definitely warm and welcoming. Over there also I found the same nature. I guess probably because there are a lot of Indians out there, a lot of Asians out there. But the country is beautiful as a whole. The aesthetic appeal, knowing that they're an island in the middle of an ocean. New Zealand is just an island in the middle of an ocean, but it's beautiful to see that out there. Like, how alone that island was. They had created a bubble, I think, during COVID, and none of them were they were all safe. Nobody got. There was a time, I think, if I remember correct, 100 days there was no case of COVID in New Zealand. Even though the people were meeting each other, they were going out, but I remember there was a news something like that. Maybe I might be wrong, but there was something like that. But yeah, so that is what I liked about people out there. Their culture, their thing for togetherness, and community setup, of course. So they had a peaceful country, very peaceful. Hardly anything out there.
Yeah. So, ma'am, अगर आपसे बोला जाए कि if you are asked that what will be the two things that you can learn from the people of New Zealand, तो वो दो चीजें क्या होंगी?
Adaptability and caring nature.
Okay.
Very caring, very very caring. इतना मुझे पता है कि अगर आप वहां पे जाएंगे किधर घूमने के लिए और आप सपोज आप लॉस्ट हो जाते हो, you lost somewhere, you ask anybody, they will drop you straight at your home, at your doorstep, and they will even make sure that you are fed well, you're taken care of, you don't have any issues or problems in their country. So yes, that is this one thing, and the second is adaptability, that they are able to adapt to any situation, any challenges that the life offers them. They know what to do, they are very focused, this is what they want. And the third thing which I like the best is, even if they have little, they are content and satisfied. They know how to make the most out of the little things they have. So these are the three things. आपने दो बोला था पर मैंने आपको तीन दे दिया because ये तीन चीजें, yes, it is very important to learn those.
That's really good, ma'am, कि आपने ये चीजें शेयर करी. तो ma'am, what are your future plans about writing as well as apart from writing, what are your future plans?
Well, obviously writing is my passion, so I'm going to continue that passion. I would request my readers to share their thoughts with me. If they can give me some brilliant ideas as to what book I can write next, that would be very, very helpful. I would invite all my readers and my audience, of course, through your platform. And I'll definitely ask them this question, which is the next book that you would like to read from me? And I would love to make that or love to write it for you.
Alright. I would also like to request all my audience कि आप comment में हमें बता सकते हैं कि आपको रचना मैम की next book किस topic पर चाहिए, कौन से topic पर चाहिए. So ma'am, now I want to ask, how was your overall experience working with Kitab writing publication?
I've enjoyed it. It was really very good. It was thorough. It was transparent. It was clear. It was concise. It was perfect. I mean, all my doubts were cleared in a matter of seconds. It's not that I had to wait even for 24 hours to get a reply. It's like if I post a question in the morning, I know that within 24 hours, I've always got a reply. So my experience has always been fabulous. And I'll obviously recommend the publishing service to everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. So, ma'am, any one advice for our audience from writing point of view as well as from life perspective?
From the writing point of view, if you're very interested in writing, even if you write one sentence every day, trust me, it's going to make a big difference in your life. Because as a child, I know I can't write so much. As a child, I could not write so much, but I used to write one sentence. Then slowly it, transformed into two, then three, then four, and then gradually it increased to pages. That's how my journey started. And from the life's perspective, I know that all of us are going through something or the other. But let me remind you once again that we're all in it together. We all go through things in life. But ये है कि हमें निराश नहीं होना है, हमें हमेशा आगे बढ़ना है, हंसते रहना है, मुस्कुराना है. We have to make the life not only of ourselves around us good, but also for the people who are there with us. हम खुश रहेंगे तो दुनिया खुश रहेगी. Simple सी बात है.
जी हाँ.
वो नजरिए की बात है. So this book is basically about that only. How you can be happy even in the weirdest of situations. ऐसी ऐसी कहानियां हैं अंदर कि आप पढ़ेंगे तो आप हंस पड़ेंगे. ये मेरे साथ सच्ची में एक्सपेरिमेंट्स मैंने किए हैं.
Okay.
And I know how much I have laughed after that. My daughter used to laugh with me. My daughter and my husband, we all used to laugh. I thought, ये क्या हो गया? What happened here? And we used to make a joke out of it rather than pulling each other's legs. So we are like, okay, we can turn this into something hilarious. We can do something funny out of life. क्या हुआ? एक experiment ही तो है ना.
जी.
It's okay. कभी चीनी की जगह नमक पड़ गया कोई बात नहीं.
जी जी.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Like that. So basically, it's just to enjoy your life, make your life happy. Do what makes you happy.
All right, ma'am.
That is what I would like.
All right, ma'am. It was really nice talking to you and sharing your experience, your life experience, your writing journey.
Same here, brother.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, brother, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am.